Everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder. I'm just setting up my morning cart, but I thought it'd be easier to just show you the books before I put them in the actual boxes. Otherwise, I just have to take them out again to make the video. So, I have showed my morning cart in the previous video where I showed you our favourites from 6th grade. I'll leave that linked in case you want to see how the cart setup is when it's all put in there. But for right now, these are the books that will be going in the cart, and then also I have a few on the shelf that I'll rotate through for particular seasonal events and things. If we don't happen to get through them all in one year, that's absolutely fine. We'll just carry on with them to the next year, which happened with our last setup video. I think I showed it you one year and then we ended up using it for at least 2 because, you know, we just rotated through them all. So we don't think, oh my gosh, that's so much. You're really going to read them all in a year. Not necessarily. We might just carry them over, and that's fine. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to explain to you why I pick certain things. So the first one is the Fallacy Detective. We're going to be doing this one on a Friday. There are 38 lessons in there, so that'll work out fine for us. So this is basically 38 lessons on how to recognise bad reasoning. This is the workbook edition. This is what the contents looks like. So you've got the inquiry in mind, avoiding the question, making assumptions, statistical fallacies, and propaganda. So basically it looks like a section for you to read, and then the lessons begin. So you have lesson 1, then you have exercises, and that's pretty much the same throughout. So I thought this will be perfect for on a Friday. So this is the Fallacy Detective. There are a few in this series, so I'm excited to see what we think, because if we do like it, we'll get the second one next year. So that's how this one looks throughout, and you do have the answer key at the back as well. There's also a game as well, apparently, that you can make. Okay, so that's the first one. So we're going to be doing this one on a Friday. I haven't organised them because, as I said, I'm about to put them into the cart, but so you're just going to see a mixture of different things. But I think that's kind of fun anyway. An Atlas of Lost Kingdoms, discover the mythical lands, lost cities and vanished islands. We're going to be doing a mini unit study on myth and legends, and I thought this would be a great add-on book. So this is what the content is of this one. So we've got split by continent: Europe, Africa, Asia, North America, Central and South America, Australasia and Oceania, and then the lost continents. You get your maps and then all the information about that particular continent. This looks such a visual book. Really excited for this one. It'll be really interesting and add a lot to our legend unit, myths and legends unit. Okay, so that's that one. We have the Big Book of Mysteries, discover or uncover the truth about over 100 real-life mysteries. We have another one that's specific to Halloween time, so I'll switch them out and we'll use that one during October, but this will stay with us for the year, and I'm really excited about this book. It looks amazing. And it's a great morning time conversational activity as well. So we've got, in terms of contents, disappearing people, UFOs, natural phenomena, undiscovered creatures, hoaxes, disappearing places, spirits and ghosts, mind over matter, intelligent ancestors, and unexplained objects. So this looks absolutely fascinating. So this one probably a couple of times a week. Might be daily, but I think we go through it too quickly, so probably a couple of times a week to get through it for the year. I think that's how we'll do this one. Okay, the next one we've got is A World of Dogs. I was tempted to put this one in her independent reads, but I actually want to read it too, so I'm going to put it in Morning Basket, and then obviously she wants to take it afterwards as an independent read. That's fine. So this is a celebration of fascinating facts and amazing real life stories for dog lovers. We have got lots of chapters in here. Talking without words, eyes and ears, protection dogs, dogs with jobs, dogs in science, dogs in the movies, war dogs, staring dogs, pampered pooches. So many fun topics. So we'll do this one probably a couple of times a week. Okay, the next one we've got is Welcome to the Mysteryverse, a world of unsolved wonders. Again, this is something I'm really excited about. This is a wide-eyed one. We've got this one recently at our local bookstore. Well, it's not exactly local, but a bookstore. People Puzzlers, Earth Enigmas, Natural Niggles, Cosmic Conundrums, Miscellaneous Mysteries. So again, this one looks fantastic. So again, a couple of times a week for this one. I've explained previously in other videos, we often do our morning cart in the morning, but sometimes it can be the afternoon as well, and that's absolutely fine with me. It's an all-day cart, or even before bedtime on occasion when we've gone on a field trip or something, we've not got to it till later on. That's fine with me as well. Okay, Timelines of Nature. Discover the secret stories of our ever-changing natural world. This looks absolutely fascinating. I love these DK ones. So in terms of contents, we've got earth, plants and fungi, animals. Now this is something we'll probably carry over because it's so thick. But basically you get the whole timeline of everything. So this is the mold growth, cake, so cacao to chocolate, and again the life cycle, cotton. It just looks fantastic. I thought this would be a really interesting one to do on our history days in the morning cart before we start our history, just to see different life cycles and timelines and stuff. Might even do a couple of them in our timeline book. That's that one. And I did actually get a sticker book to go with this. Hang on a sec. The Nature Timeline sticker book. So basically you get the timeline here, and then you've got stickers to go with. So we'll probably do them at the same time. And then I think all the stickers are here. Yeah. And again, I think we'll probably do this on the days that we do history. The next one we have is Big Ideas for Curious Minds, an introduction to philosophy. And so our contents. Again, we'll probably do this one a couple of times a week. And again, if it carries over, that's absolutely fine with me. I'll just do a flip through. This looks like a really good one as well. So we've got a word a day, 365 words for curious minds. Obviously, we'll do this daily. So I've got a couple of books for poetry. So we've got 100 Years of Poetry for Children. And I've got this one used. And we've got it split into different categories. Doing the mystery ones at the same time as we'd read some of our mystery books would go well together, I think. I also have a year of nature poems. This one's beautifully illustrated. And we have the illustrated Edgar Allan Poe. I saw this on House's channel. We read The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place this year, the whole series, as part of our Read Louds, which a fantastic series, highly recommend it. But in the books, the nanny or governess is obsessed with Poe, and to the point where they even call the ostrich pen poet. It's just such a good series. Anyway, she's obsessed with Poe, and I thought, oh, it'd be so good to add some Poe poems this year. And I was looking for a book and I couldn't find anything interesting, and then House showed this on her channel. I was like, that's fantastic, that's the one I want. So we got this one. I'd love to see if there are more in this series. I can't actually find any so far, but of other poets or even anything else in this series, because I think it's beautiful. But I do like the fact you get extras here. So after we've read the poem, we can do engage, imagine, and define. This won't take us throughout the whole year though, so because there aren't that many. So we'll probably do some of these in October, because I always feel like Poe's it's just the right time of month. So in autumn for Poe, so we'll probably start in some of these in October, and then pause for we'll do them in November as well, but then if we haven't finished, we'll pause until after Christmas, because I don't think Poe's a Christmassy thing. I mean, the Haunted Palace is perfect for October. But yeah, we'll either do one a day and then finish the book in October, or we'll do some in October and then some in November. And if we haven't finished, carry over to the new year. Okay, we've got artists inspiring stories of their lives and works. This is a DK book. So this will definitely be something we'll carry over, because my plan was to just look at this one when we're doing our art lesson. But if it turns out that we end up reading more of it, that's fine. But if not, then that's the plan. This is what this one looks like. So you've got the artist there at the top, and then a sample of their work, some information about their work, and yeah, this looks like a really good one. So we might recreate some of their art as well in our art lessons. Okay, this is again to go with our mythical and legend units. So we've got supernatural creatures, mythical and sacred creatures from around the world. I know if she gets her hands on this one, she'll want it as an independence. So I'm going to put it in the morning basket, but it might end up coming out because she might demand to take it into her independence, which is fine with me. So we've got gods and creatures, spirits and demons, magical beings, flesh eaters and blood drinkers. In the skies, beneath the waves, amazing hybrids, shapeshifters and tricksters, colossal creatures. I love this. This looks fantastic. That's part of the reason why I want to put it into the morning cart, so I can see it too. But if she wants to take it, that's fine. So I like the art in this one as well. So we'll probably, when we're doing our myths and legends unit, pinch some of these drawings to recreate ourselves. Okay, this is going to be our first read aloud that I'm going to put in. So we'll be doing this daily until we finish. I have a stack of our read alouds that we're going to be doing this year, but this is the first one that I'm going to pick out for us to do. So this is Storyline, Discover the Magical Myths and Lost Legends of Britain. This is our table of contents. I thought this would be a really good one to start off the year with. We have Osborne Geography for Beginners. I also got another one of these. No, it's not this series. It's the 100 Days, and it's 100 Days of the Unknown, which again goes into our mystery, even legend stuff. But I put that into her independent reads because I know she's going to really want to read that one. This is the geography one. We'll probably read this one on the days we do geography. Okay, this is Evolution from the Natural History Museum. I had a request to do a flip through of this one, so I'll show you a bit more inside this one while we're making the video. The end pages are absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so table of contents. So we are secular in homeschool, so this is all fine with me to show. We have used Christian products as well, and that's fine with me. I just tailor them to suit our needs. And also I think it's always interesting to see other people's opinions and views. But that was the other question I got, how I would feel about presenting this book, and I would just read it as it is, to be honest, because it's fine with me. So yeah, this one is. This one looks like. And hopefully that gives you a good idea of what it's like. If anything I read in here I don't agree with, then we'll talk about it at the time, but I can't imagine why there would be, to be honest. And there's the glossary at the back, so hopefully that was helpful for you. A history of the world according to cats. Definitely going to be reading this one when we do our history days. Table of contents. I'm interested. Cats, Rats and the Black Death. We are actually doing Middle Ages in history, so that's really exciting that there's going to be a chapter in there that's going to be relevant. This looks like a really interesting, fun read. I love the chapter topics. The cat constellation, lost to history. Wow. Okay, so that's that one. We have a daily. This is everyday amazing fantastic facts for every day of the year. So we have the date and then some information for that particular day, and then some information for previous years as well. Again, daily, everything under the sun, a curious question for every day of the year. And then, why do you float in the sea but not in a pool? Who came up with the idea of unicorns? How do balls bounce? Why does an octopus have 3 hearts? This looks like a really interesting one. An animal a day, 365 animals to take you through the year. Again, a daily one. I love the end pages on this one, it's beautiful. So what I thought with this book particularly is we might use it for some notebooking, independent notebooking, because it's got all the information about the creature as well, which she can notebook, and then obviously we can see if we can find a video about that particular creature. We have Grammarland. I thought this would just be a fun read. It looks interesting anyway, the way it's presented. So we've got all the different parts of speech, and then it's a storybook format. So let's see what we think. If we don't like it, we won't bother, but it's just, I'm going to read the first chapter on the first day and see what she thinks. Okay, so we've got the world full of animal stories, which we had in our previous morning basket, which we haven't quite finished yet, and we've also got a world full of spooky stories. I do have the other two books in this series, which I'll show you on the shelf for rotation. But basically, this is what this one looks like. And we haven't finished this one yet, so I want to finish this one. And then this obviously is great for September, October time. Right, so now I'll show you some of the ones that are on the rotation shelf. Okay, so up the top here we have a year full of stories, and a world full of winter stories and a world full of nature stories. So in winter, obviously, we'll switch for that one, and then we'll rotate them throughout the year. So we'll read some stories from each of them. We've got another art one. This is Introduction to Art. We've got the Shakespeare story. I'm saving that till we're doing Shakespeare in our Learning Language Arts through Literature. These 3 books are to do with my unit study that I'm going to be doing on Scottish legends and mythical creatures. So those will come out at that time. Super Sleuth and Spooky Solve. That's another mystery book. That's again for when Halloween time. We'll get that one out in October. I've just got some, my shelf is going to fall. I've just got some fun books to do during that time in morning time cart when we're doing the unit. So myth, legends, painting and Scottish nature painting, which I thought would go really well when we're doing those. Also got our Wings of Fire ones on there, just for some extra art if she wants to do something while I'm reading. The second book in that series, this is the Storyland series. So after we finish that one, we'll move on to this one. I also put Grimm's Fairy Tales up there. That'll be another read aloud. And then I've got 2 more reference books. So we've got the Knowledge Encyclopedia Earth and Plants and Fungi. We'll just alternate those out. So that's everything in our morning cart. I do have our read aloud pile, which I'm not going to show in this video because this video is going to be already really long. And I've also got her independent read pile. But yeah, that's everything today. We will be rotating our science books into morning basket as and when necessary. So we're doing Beowulf, Health and Anatomy this year, and also Elemental Science. So the Elemental Science books will mostly be read when we do our science time, but the Beowulf, why do I always, it's not Beowulf, it's Guest Hollow's Science. Some of them will be read during the lesson time, but I think some of them will make their way into morning cart. And also some of them will be going in her independent reads as well. So that's everything. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video. Take care.